last year. 24-year-old Gavino McJunkins Macias pled guilty to second-degree murder in the death of 24-year-old Kenia Lopez. He killed her in Lewisburg, Kansas, drove back to Carthage, left her body in a camper for more than 3 hours while he met with his family and handled other business. The state of Arkansas officially asking the USDA to ban soft drinks and candy from SNAP benefits. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders says it would improve the health of the nearly 350,000 residents that participate in that program. The Missouri lawmakers have advanced a proposed repeal of a voter-approved abortion rights measure. They want to replace it with a ban on the procedure. That measure, though, still needs another House vote and Senate approval before it would go to the ballot. Your News is a service of Liberty Tree Guns, where you can buy your next gun for just $20 down and take 3 months to pay for it. No interest, no fees, no catch. Get a gun for just $20 down at Liberty Tree Guns. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
We'll see sunshine today, then a slight chance of showers, highs right around 75. A chance of storms tonight, low 60s. Sunshine, breezy, low 80s for Thursday. Still breezy on Friday. A chance of rain in the afternoon with highs nearing 78.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar showing a few clouds over the 4 states.
40 in Neosho, 45 in Pittsburgh, 46 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge, being brought to you by Josh Meeker at Country Financial. And today we're featuring St. Mary's 5th grade class from Pittsburgh.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, guys. And if you'd like your class group or your kids or whomever to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to the KIX website. There on the main page is a button you can hit that'll tell you how to upload your audio.
We're just 18 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
All you have to do is be caller number 5 at 720. Tell us what the sound is and you win the cash.
Here's Zach Top.
On KIX 102.5. Say federal? Say it.
Federal.
Thank Kevin Federing.
Federal.
Brad. And Wilma. Federal. We got to meet our winner yesterday.
Yeah, I got pictures with her and everything.
Courtney came in and got her check, and we got pictures with her, and she has 7 kids, so she's really not a winner. 7 kids. And not one person said, you know what causes that, don't you? I kept waiting for that.
You did.
I did not say that.
I thought you said, somebody said it.
I didn't. I didn't hear it. Because
Okay.
I was waiting for it. I was going to go, all right, you had to leave.
Morning, Christy. Megan, good morning. Jimmy's the rah-rah. Fabric Softener, good morning. Devin, Jimmy, Melissa.
Yes, it was opening a lunchbox. That is right.
How's everyone doing today? Fabulous, I hope.
You seen the new dress code for Starbucks? They've got a new uniform that their baristas are now wearing.
Isn't it just more focused on the apron, or is there more to it?
No, they're actually wearing they have to wear a solid color black shirt. So before they could wear anything, I guess, under the green apron. Now, solid color black shirt, which makes the green apron pop.
Okay.
But all shirts must be black.
What kind of pants? Does it matter?
I don't guess it matters. Same color as the magic marker they used to misspell your name on the cup with.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, since this is Starbucks, the actual criteria on their rules it doesn't say all shirts must be black. It says they must either be dark ebony raven with a shot of inky charcoal.
Oh, what a beautiful color. Christy wants to hear Last Night from Morgan Wallen. It might be a little bit because we just played his song with Post Malone not that long ago.
Yeah, just a few minutes ago we played, so it'll be at least an hour.
Yeah, give us a little bit and we'll get some Morgan Wallen on. Your allergies are kicking your butt today. Mine too. I ran out of Zyrtec last night. Did not realize that until I was going to bed.
I took mine this morning, but it's still, the heavy glue texture.
Yuck. I Flonased. I got that going for me. Have you noticed any difference with the Flonase, Megan? Jimmy says yes. They have to wear black. All black.
Just like your heart, Jimmy.
Are they blood pressure headaches? Is that what you're saying, Christopher?
Sinus headaches. They can be bad. I got them. I never had them until I had my car wreck, and then when my sinuses collapsed, anytime I would sing, I would feel such massive pressure I'd almost black out. It scared me. I thought I was about to have an aneurysm.
Yeah.
So I went and had a CAT scan done, or an MRI done. I'm sorry. They did an MRI on my head and said, well, this is what's happening. When you sing and you're pushing so hard, it's creating these pressure waves behind that, and it is compressing the nerves. And I'm like, what do we do about that? Nothing.
Really?
Well, you can have your sinuses rotoed out, that whole deal.
That sounds terrible.
It's about a 6-month process. I mean, it requires 6-month healing time. Yeah. You are unable to sleep flat for 6 weeks. You have to sleep sitting up.
Why? They don't want him to...
Drainage, I guess. I don't know, I guess. And I've talked to people. I considered that for a while. I actually went to a specialist and had a consultation, done about it.
Yeah.
And I talked to so many people that had it done that I changed my mind. Everybody that I've ever talked to that's had that done says, yeah, it's not worth it.
No, that's
it does improve things a little bit, but it is not that much. Now, blood pressure headaches are different. They feel a lot the same, but they actually have to do with your vascular system. They're dangerous. I mean, if you have a weakened blood vessel, you can have a stroke or an aneurysm.
Oh, Megan, you poor thing.
It's not a balloon, Christopher. They actually put a drill bit kind of thing up in there and actually carve that whole area out. It's horrendous. And then it has to heal. Yeah, it's
Hi, Floyd.
A bloody mess. I mean, you can find these, they call them rhinoplasty. No.
Rhino.
It is a rhinosinual surgery. You can find videos of this if you look hard enough on YouTube. It's horrifying. I mean, they're horrible. They have a suction tube that comes off the back of this triangular looking, it's like a cone-shaped drill that goes up in there. And the blood and bone tissue and everything that come back, that can't be good. They Jimmy knows, they ream your nose out. And everybody I've ever talked to that's had it done's like, yeah, it's better. I still get sick. And I'm like, well, what's the benefits? I've always asked, knowing what you know now, would you have had it done? Everybody says no.
What about your nephew, Jimmy? Has he had improved quality of life or anything?
Yeah, rhinoplasty is
Here we go. 3 seconds.
resetting the nose. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen 709.
Sunshine, then a slight chance of showers with highs in the mid-70s. It's 46 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes. Expecting storms Fridays into Saturday. On the weekend, looks like it may be a stormy Easter weekend.
But we are just 11 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
All you got to do is be calling number 5 at 720 and tell us what the sound is to win the cash.
Here's Blake Shelton.
On the 4 states #1 for cash.
KIX 102.5.
She said no. What was the question you asked her? About her nephew?
How to improve his quality of life.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, everybody I talk to says the same thing. So I think this is one of those deals that specialists have come up with. Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of those.
Megan says she's had deviated septum surgery. How is that different?
So deviated septum, the septum is this place in your nose, and it's actually where it gets broken. The blockage between the two sinus cavities gets broken. So that has to do with this part. Sinuses are over here and right here. And when I had my head on collision, it collapsed all of the ones on this side of my face.
Ouch.
So when on the MRI, where you normally have a little teardrop looking thing right here and a teardrop thing right here, these are just lines. So completely closed. And from scar tissue healing, whatever, it collapsed those. And you need those pockets for something. And because of the way they're collapsed now, bacteria and stuff gets caught in there, and I get sinus infections.
Right.
Always have. Deviated septum is the thing between. It's this right here. Now, when they did go up into my nose, that's when they go up with a camera all up in there, a little camera thing. Yeah, while you're sitting there, it's a great day. And they counted all the breaks in my nose, and she said, yeah, I can see 14 separate breaks in your nose.
Jeez. Melissa says, I have a deviated septum, but I'm just going to leave it alone. My nose looks a little crooked, but whatever.
All the breaks, I have reset mine every time I broke it. And I broke them all, except for the car wreck, I broke them all in fighting. And I reset them all perfectly.
Doesn't that hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come here, let me show you.
No.
Yeah, it hurts. But if you don't reset it like within seconds or like within 5 minutes, I would say, after breaking it, it will begin to swell and there is no adjusting it then. I broke a guy's nose in a fight one time, and it laid it over on the side of his face. I mean, his nose was just laying over, and he wasn't touching it. It was laying over, and I'm like, dude, we've got to straighten your nose. He didn't want me to touch it. He's like, no, I can't take that. And I'm like, if we don't, it's going to swell, and it's going to remain that way. The following Tuesday after that, he came in, and his nose is laying right over here. He's like, you were so right. He goes, I've had to go see a rhinoplasty surgeon, and they're going to have to re-break it. So he had to go in, have surgery. They had to re-break the nose and straighten, reset it.
Jeez.
I was like, if you would have just listened to me, it would have hurt. So what we do is I get my finger wet, slide it up in there, and lay on the side of the bone, and then go and put it back into place. And it hurts as bad as when it's broken the first time. It's like razors up the front of right up through there. But, look, my nose is not crooked. I have reset it every time. I'm good at that.
Aren't you guys so excited and happy and glad that you tune in for this every day?
If anybody wants their nose broken, I know how to do it. I know how to get mine broken. Apparently, I don't know how to guard my face well during a fight.
Yikes.
That's just, if you're going to do that kind of stuff, you're going to get bones broken.
Well, I didn't know your nose could bend over like that.
This is bone, actual bone. That's the part that breaks. This from here, from right here on
cartilage,
down,
right?
is cartilage. You can tear cartilage, but you can't break it. And cartilage tears heal really well. I mean, it's a lot like, it takes a while. It's a lot like ligament or something, but it will heal just like it was. Maybe with some scar tissue. I don't know if I've ever torn the cartilage, but I have broken. The part that breaks is from right here on up. Right there. It's just a little bitty area like that. But that will determine the rest of where your nose sits on your face. So if you hit someone like right there, that will break that part or over here. And I always have to find out, is it on this side or that side? The break, And I know if I was the one doing the punching. Jimmy, no, this is for you. You're going to enjoy this. You're going to like it. There will be a test tomorrow. Take notes.
Major's missing out, man. He's going to be so sad he's not here for this.
We cannot, Jimmy. This is required subject matter.
My right nasal passage, I can hardly breathe through it, but my left is pretty well open. And that's just like on a day-to-day basis. What does that mean?
That's usually an indicator of a deviated septum.
Crazy.
Or scar tissue up in that area in your sinus passage that is blocking it off. Is it that way all the time, or is it
all
just...
the time.
Okay, yeah, that's scar tissue in your sinus passage. Don't pick your nose so much. No, that's not it.
Got a minute 15, then we got to sag.
Mine wouldn't be so much a problem with my sinus passages, except when I sleep on my back. Then that infected material tends to drain into my lungs, which then causes pneumonia. But that's not been a problem in quite a while.
Why can't they just go in kind of like a balloon, like Christopher was saying, and just inflate it? Floonk.
Well, there's bone tissue in there, and you can't inflate bone. You can swell the sinus tissue, which is just, muscle meat. But if the bone has collapsed around that, then there's only so much expansion you could do with that. That's why they have to use the roto-rooter thing. They actually have to grind the bone out.
That's right. The Mo you know.
The Mo you know from Missouri Mo.
Oh, Melissa says her right nasal passage is smaller than her left. Is that normal to have one passage smaller than the other one?
It's the boob factor.
Right. 12 seconds.
Shows how off balance we all are. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
We've got your chance to guess and win the secret sound right after Sam Hunt.
On KIX 102.5.
Paka paka. Pom, pom, pom. Wouldn't it be so cool? I wonder how you get a job like that. I'm sure she went to medical school or tech school or what have you, but spend your life pushing a button. I hope you get some answers too, Jimmy. I mean, you've been dealing with this for a long while now. About time you get some relief. I fell when I was about 5 and face planted on my nose. It messed it up. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of times when I fell on my, I've run into things many a time. I don't know about falling, though. And here they go, calling for secret sound. We need this one. Don't forget to change the chat to live chat so you don't miss any messages. Come on, Randy, we got 1 minute. Got 35 seconds. You ready?
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine, then a slight chance of showers with highs in the mid-70s. It's 46 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 5 minutes, tell you about the possibility of storms this weekend.
But right now, let's see if we can give away some cash to the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
We're looking for caller number 5 at 623-1025.
For a chance to win $202.50.
To tell us, what is this sound?
What do you think? What is it?
623-1025. Be caller number 5 and tell us and win all the cash.
For the 4 states, number 1 for cash.
Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Caller number 1, keep trying.
Hi, Morning Kicks.
Caller number 2, try again.
Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Caller number 3, keep trying.
Hi, Morning Kicks.
Caller number 4, hurry up and go right back.
Hi, Morning Kicks. Who is this? Mac, where you from, buddy? Mac from Erie, Kansas.
You are caller number 5.
Woo-hoo. All right, Mac, it's your chance to win the cash, $202.50.
If you can tell us what is this sound?
He says squishing a plastic water bottle.
For $202.50, that is not it.
Oh, Mac, we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $227.50.
And give you another chance to guess the win at 420 with Brett. Thank you, Mac. Have a good day.
To me, it really, really sounds like what he said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 minutes. Plenty of time. Randy always gets back right in time. I don't know how he does it. I'm too nervous that I won't make it back in time to go with only one song left.
Well, I don't take as long as she does.
I'm just scared I'm going to fall in the toilet or something.
That's never happened to me.
It's never happened to me either, but the one time I don't plan for it, something crazy is going to happen.
But also...
Romelda, good morning. How are you?
30-some years of going to the bathroom during a song kind of gives you an innate knowledge for how long it takes.
Yeah, we got a winner on Friday, Devin. Brett got a winner.
Where has Devin been?
I don't know. Where you been, Devin?
Where you been, Devin? That was like 5 days ago.
Come out from underneath the rock now.
I feel like maybe I ought to step up. I need you to help me remember, by the way, on Monday, to replace the Love Your Lawn promo with the new Mother's Day promo. I can't until then without adding a whole bunch of files to the promo A rotator. I think I'm going to put her promo in a few more times, though.
What is Monday's day?
She's in there quite a bit. Yeehaw! Oh, man. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for cash.
Looking for caller number 5 to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
Mac from Erie, Kansas.
You are caller number 5.
Woohoo! All right, Mac, it's your chance to win the cash, $202.50.
If you can tell us what is this sound?
Squishing a water bottle? Plastic water bottle?
He says squishing a plastic water bottle.
For $202.50, that is not it.
Oh, Mac, we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $227.50.
And give you another chance to guess the win at 420 with Brett.
Sounds great.
I know Major's sleeping in today. What's a lumbar fusion? Christy says she's got a lumbar fusion in her back.
That's where they fuse the vertebrae in your lower back together so that there's no movement from between the two of them.
Does that make it stronger?
Yes, and also prevents the pinching of discs and the nerve problems. So when your back becomes really weak or damaged in that area, they will fuse those bones together where they can't move. Makes it really hard to bend over, and you lose all that flexibility in your back. But the pain that people have to go through that have those problems, it's the only way to alleviate it.
Well, Melissa says she had a friend that had it done, and she's miserable, won't even leave her house now.
Didn't help?
Christy
And
says it hurts all the time.
That's another one of those areas that is really, it's like they don't have a clue what they're doing when it comes to back injuries and spinal injuries.
Yeah.
You hear all the time, they've tried this and this and this and this, and nothing has worked, and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars spent and no relief. I've got a friend who he got injured when he was in the military. He fell off of a cargo plane door while it was taking off and hit the runway, and it broke his back.
Ouch.
And has pins and rods and fusions all up and down his spine, and is still in so much misery, has to take so much pain medication, it leaves him in a fog. And
That's so sad.
yeah, they've done all of these different things. He's seen all these different specialists, and they cannot help him. Really? Is that
Right.
we don't have a better? I say remove it. Just let him.
Just be like a worm on the ground.
Yeah. I do not think this sound is going to be hard. In fact, we've already talked to a couple people who know what it is. So I don't think it is. I'm surprised it's gone this long.
I am too.
I really think we'll have a winner this week.
Definitely no hints on this sound.
Mm-mm. No, you're not getting any hints on this for quite a while. Don't even ask.
Jimmy. I'm kidding.
Did you hear about the crosswalks out in California that got hacked?
No, what happened?
So they have these crosswalks. I'm not sure what the name of which town it was, but it was in 3 different California cities. They somebody got into the system and hacked them, and the audio message that they have for blind people says the walk sign is on, or don't walk, or walk.
Right.
They replaced the voices with AI generated President Trump voices.
Saying what?
Saying don't walk, or actually, I think the Trump voice said cross the street, not the border. And then they had an Elon Musk voice that said cross carefully or you might have to dodge a bus.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy wants to talk about flowers or something that doesn't make her bones hurt. Would y'all keep my nephew Wyatt Reese in your prayers? Last week it was in a real bad wreck with a deer. He had a lot of surgery hanging on to his life at age 18. Oh, Romelda, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'll definitely say a prayer for Riot.
So they have leaked some of the designs for the new iPhone Fold. You're not
Where?
You're not going to get it.
Where? Why not?
They're saying it could cost as much as $2,000.
Gosh darn it.
I saw that and saw them talking about the pricing of it. They're saying
The book?
Yeah. So
I
their Fold
want
is not
this.
like this one, which is what
That's
everybody
what I want.
wants. It's the openable one, which Samsung has both of those.
You do it like this and you kind of do the book thing, which is cool. You have like a iPad, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's what I want.
I have a friend who has the one, and he does not like it.
Why?
He thought he was going to. He thought he would like the pad thing. It's mostly operating system stuff he doesn't like on it. It's not the Fold that he doesn't like.
Okay.
But he said, I thought it was going to be a lot more convenient to carry than it is. He said it's kind of long and skinny, so it makes it look, so it's skinnier when it's folded shut, and he uses the outer screen. He said that's kind of weird. And then it's not quite big enough when it's open. So it's too small this way, not big enough this way.
Yeah. Bummer.
There is a much cheaper way to have an iPhone that folds. Just put yours in your back pocket and sit on something hard.
No. This is crazy. You know, aren't MacBooks like $1,800? These phones are going to be more expensive than a MacBook.
Yes.
That's crazy. And that's coming from someone who loves her iPhone. Hold on, I got a math. I need to add a song. There we go. I think that's right.
So the FAA ruled that the ladies who went up in the space flight the other day cannot be called astronauts
Why is that?
because the spacecraft they were aboard was entirely controlled from the ground. I think that's fair. I think that's more than fair. It devalues what astronauts do and what they are.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
Yeah, it's like going on a cruise and calling yourself captain. And again, I don't think you can say you've been to space doing what they did. It's like going to the pool and putting your toe in the water and say you went swimming.
Have you actually seen the video of them in space, what they were doing?
No, but I know Katy Perry was singing.
She was singing,
the whole
"Girls
time.
just want to have fun."
I thought she was singing. She says she was singing "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong.
Oh, I thought she was singing "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
She said, I wish she'd, I'm sure everybody was like, shut up. It's an 11-minute flight, worse than a crying baby. They're still cleaning all the feathers out of the capsule from the pillow fight. So.
Yeah, that too.
Remember when celebrities used to care about their carbon footprint?
Mm-hmm.
I guess, except for when it applies to them.
You know the meme of the guy who's got his hands on his hip and he's like,
No.
scowling. Okay, well, that's a meme. And it was like the astronauts who were stuck in space for 8 months looking at Katy Perry kissing the ground after being in space for 10 minutes.
Right?
And they're just,
Yeah.
I need to find I have a macrame hanger on our front porch and I've got to find the right plant for it. You think we're done with?
She has macrame.
Of course I do. Kyle bought it for me at a local farmer's market. It's very pretty.
My mom used to make macrame. I remember that. She
Mhm.
had a big thing that came down in the living room out to a big round glass table sitting in it.
You hated to clean it, right?
Yes. Like impossible to dust. After about a year, they're just nasty.
Nope, I counted wrong. We're going to go at 34, 8, 34, 37, 29. We got to go now. Do you have the stuff ready for this
Yep.
break?
Yep. You know what's happening?
Yeah, I think so.
So, I'm still your favorite.
14 seconds. 10.
20,
No.
30.
7.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 734.
Sunshine, then a slight chance of showers with highs in the mid-70s. It's 46 in Joplin.
Going to be talking about your biggest pet peeve in the next hour.
So you can call or text to tell us yours at 623-1025.
The thing you hate the most drives you the craziest.
You know what drives me crazy is how quickly, especially as I've gotten older, it feels like holidays just kind of creep up on me. Like, I feel like I'm doing a really good job planning, and then I'm like, oh, hey, it's the week of whatever holiday that we have going on.
Well, especially with Easter, because it moves.
It moves, which
all
makes
the
it
time.
harder. Yeah.
Last year, it was at the very end of March, you remember.
Mhm.
And now here we are, the very beginning of April. It feels like it's crept up on us again. But give it another year or two, it's going to be at the end of April, and you never know when it's going to be happening.
But Easter is this Sunday. We've been trying to remind you all week long that, hey, Easter's coming up in just a couple of days.
And to help with that a little bit, we thought we would bring in maybe a little bit better known holiday celebrity to
Yeah.
help promote that Easter is this weekend?
Santa here. It's that time of year again. No, not Christmas. Easter. I'm still preparing for everyone's #1 holiday. Good thing you have a few holidays sprinkled in throughout the year while you wait for me. And how cute is that Easter bunny hopping around hiding eggs, giving you one present inside a clear wrapped basket. Truly adorable. Yup, Easter is every kid's third or fourth favorite holiday. But don't tell the Easter bunny that. He's got a bit of an identity complex, shall we say. He wants to be me, you see. And yet, he also wants to be a chicken that lays eggs.
What?
Very confused, that one. If you see him, just don't bring up the tooth fairy.
Oh.
Still your favorite.
Someone opened the door from the inside. They quickly cut the live and went to a different angle. Where were their helmets?
Oh, on the space flight? I don't think they wore helmets. Did they? I never saw them in
I don't think they
helmets.
wore helmets. They were just like in their little chairs, reclining
I
chairs,
mean-
and shot up into space, and then they all climbed out because there was no gravity and they were floating around. And
Yeah, the idea of helmets kind of ridiculous. It's not like they would do much if you needed them.
how long did they actually have up there with
11
no
minutes.
gravity?
Oh, 3.
3 minutes of no gravity.
Yep.
It doesn't taste like cotton candy.
At all. At all.
It's just sugar.
Yeah.
It tastes like what I feel like the color pink would taste like.
Yeah.
Just sweetness.
That's accurate.
Megan says, I think it was a very great green screen.
Couldn't have that, could we, Melissa? Floyd, I'm not sure what you're talking about. She is on screen. Floyd says you're not on screen. Are you closing one eye, Floyd, maybe?
It's
I mean,
probably because it switched to you, see?
We have multiple camera angles, Floyd.
Mm-mm-mm. Is there no Daniel this morning? Normally he's over on TikTok.
So, officials in Missouri are asking you to kill snakehead fish.
Snakehead fish?
Yeah, they're horrible.
The heck is that?
They're warning residents of the sharp-toothed northern snakehead. It's this horrifying hybrid of snake and fish
Where does it live?
in Missouri.
In the water? or
Well,
on-
it's not native. It's an invasive species. They've issued a directive to report any catches or any sightings of snakehead fish and do not throw it back in the water. Chop its head off. They say sever the head, place it in a sealed plastic bag. They say it's necessary because the northern snakeheads, which can breathe air and survive out of water, are more difficult to kill than other swimmers. Say they can live in a cooler of ice for days.
What?
Yeah, and they say so they're asking anglers to actively kill them so that they don't accidentally get released somewhere else. In fact, tossing them onto land is not guaranteed to kill them because they can wiggle their way into another water source.
How did they get here if they're not even from around here?
They first made their way to the United States in 2002 when one was discovered in a Maryland pond. They're from Asia, of course, as all freaky animals are. They say non-native fish usually find themselves popping up in America in one of two ways. They're either sold as captive species in the aquarium trade or as an edible commodity in live fish markets, which I can't imagine these would be. In Asia, yes, they'd eat them all day long, you know.
Yeah.
They say if you do catch and decapitate one, they say take pictures, note the date and the location, and there is an online form that you can fill out to report it. They say don't confuse them, though, with the native bowfin, which is another Missouri native fish that looks similar to the snakeheads.
So what are the differences?
The snakehead is much, much longer. They look like a snake.
Okay.
And their anal fin, you know, ladies, the anal fin is much longer than on the bowfin. So have you never seen one?
I Googled a snakehead fish.
Did you see it? It looks like
Yes.
kind of like a copperhead almost, or like a rattlesnake.
But he's got fins.
Mm-hmm. A really, 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 really long anal fin. Their back fin is much, much
You got to
longer.
look at the snake butt or the fish butt to know
Well,
the difference.
Look at its back. It's actually, its butt is on its belly on a fish, but they're ugly, ugly things. I don't think they're like poisonous or dangerous. Might be. I don't know.
I mean, they look like they could definitely tear some skin. Their teeth are sharp.
They're ugly. But they are invasive. They kill off native fish species.
Yuck. Can we pull up a picture and show everybody?
You guys want to see ya?
Well, Christy says she's going to have to look it up so she knows what they look like. So if we can just show them. There's Major. He says, yum.
About time you got here.
About time. What were we talking about this morning that we were like, Major's missing out on this conversation? See what happens when you don't, when you're late? You miss out.
There you go. There's a snakehead.
That's what it looks like. And that fin up on, ooh, no, that picture's, oh, golly. Ugh.
So kill them, chop their heads off, and report them.
Oh, golly, that's bad. I don't like that. Welcome back, Jimmy. Just in time for Major. Well, that was delightful. Nice of you to show up, Major. What were we talking about when we were like, oh, Major's missing out? He would have loved this.
Oh, the rhinoplasty and sinusoidal surgeries.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a lot of talk about sinuses and nose and roto-rooters and that kind of stuff. Maybe it wasn't that great, right?
Yeah, maybe not. I thought it was something a little more interesting. What was the secrets? We can't tell you, Major.
You
We
have
can't
to
tell you-
listen. We can't
Exactly.
tell you previous guesses.
It's part of the shtick.
I thought it was a good guess. It was incorrect. So, I mean, good being a relative term.
Major is in the chart.
We started rehearsals last night.
How'd that go?
Interesting.
You know what songs you're playing now?
No.
Oh,
I mean, we know.
hold on. 3 seconds. Hold on.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country.
Don't forget Easter's this Sunday.
And do not buy those hollow chocolate bunnies for your kids. Get the solid ones.
I'll tell you why after Nate Smith.
On KIX 102.5.
Melissa.
So, yeah,
Melissa.
they're...
Okay, they're all telling them to guess anyway.
Okay, there you go. They can. They know, like, one of the songs they're pretty sure they're going to do and 2 others, but then there's, like, 2 that there's, like, a pool that they're kind of deciding on still.
You know what song still gets stuck in my head? Guess. And you know what? You know which one it is.
What?
Danza.
Oh.
And I wasn't even there for that.
Danza.
Danza. Still gets stuck in my head.
Do. So, there was one that they said, but pretty sure they're going to do this one, but it's not definite, so we're not even going to bother going over it tonight. And I'm like, all right. I totally appreciate that because it usually is a waste of time. And the other one was one that we did 2 years ago and have not done since that they're bringing back. And so very familiar with it, but it's very easy. Hi there, Morning KIX.
Yeah, did you get my text messages?
Did we get his text messages, Jen?
I don't know that we did.
I don't see them on here.
You sent them to our phone number, Jason?
The 417 623 1025.
What did you send?
That. Can you play Megan Maroney?
I don't see it on here. Are you sure you're sending it to 623-1025?
Yeah, I'm sending that to the text message on the text message. I did 417 623 1025. If I do 623 1025, it might not go through.
Yeah, you did it right. I don't know why we're not seeing
I don't
it.
see him on here.
Would it show up as Jason or somebody else's name?
Well, I'm not seeing anything about Megan Maroney.
I got a new number at 620. New number, and
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
I sent it to 417 623 1025, and
Yeah, I don't see it. I'm so sorry. I don't see it anywhere.
you might want to send me a text if I get it, and then I can then when I get it, then that's what I said.
What's your number again? We gotta go on the air.
Hold on.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
A slight chance of showers late in the day, otherwise sunshine with highs in the mid-70s. It is 46 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 12 minutes, along with 4 states news.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to hear about your biggest pet peeve.
623-1025 to text or tell us yours or tell us on Facebook. I'll tell you what's one of my biggest pet peeves.
What's that?
So stupid hollow chocolate Easter bunnies. That is the biggest letdown on Easter morning when you're a kid.
It is so misleading because you're so excited to see this delicious chocolatey
Giant
bunny.
chocolate bunny.
Yes, and then you bite into it and it's air.
It's not even marshmallow filled, which is mostly air. It's just air filled, and air has no flavor unless Uncle Larry's visiting.
Oh, gross, Randy.
So, we're saying don't buy the hollow Easter bunnies this year. Get them the solid ones. If you have to bite in to check yourself, that's okay.
Hollow bunny, yes, hollow bunny. You've got nothing on the inside, something's wrong.
Flavored. Ugh.
You're just hollow bunny, wasted my money.
Did you find
Slightly troubling, now you're crumbling. You're not very strong. Maybe you were solid, but your insides rotted. You look whole, but it's some sort of chocolate skin.
Yeah, we don't have any kind
Yes, you're hollow bunny. You have got
Major
no
likes the shirt,
soul,
except for
bunny. I will never buy you ever
I remember the first
again.
time you wore the shirt.
Oh yeah.
It's more Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Are we good? Major likes your shirt. Minus the California part.
Thank you. It's a shorty.
It's a shorty. And it's only for this week, I believe. The cabinets must be closed if not in use. That bugs me to no end. Oh my gosh, that's one of my biggest pet peeves with Kyle.
They're going to be doing Clayton Homes tomorrow, and this is typical Infinity behavior. They don't send the copy until like right before it goes on the air. So
oh
you
yeah,
don't have
I just
time.
got it.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason they're doing that is to try to force you to do it live so that you will have less control over the time constraints. Infinity is so manipulative. They are. You really got to watch them like
So they sent us the copy yesterday early afternoon, and I cut a spot then. And then last night they sent revised copy, which was the same copy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't know what's revised about it. I read it and read it and read it over and over, and I was like, it looks this.
No, that's typical behavior. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Yeah, did you get my text message? I got it, and I replied back to you.
We're not getting anything from you, Jason. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We texted you and you got it, right?
Yeah. You want to write this down?
We already got
already
it.
have
We
your
texted
number.
you.
Yeah, we
hey, do you
texted
have us
you.
added to your phone? Maybe you need us in your phone system to actually be able to text. Sometimes people have certain security measures in place.
What if you just replied to
I
our
can
text?
try that. I can add you to my contacts and see what happens.
I mean, he calls us.
True, but if you don't have it saved as a contact in your phone, it doesn't always you go through. If it's like a bark phone or something.
When I do it, and then it says a text. I got a text and it said this is KIX, and thank you for sending your text message. But
He gets an auto response back, so I don't know why.
Text us the word join, JOIN. Try that.
JOIN.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just text us the word join. I want to see what happens when you do that.
Okay.
We'll see if that fixes it.
All right.
I can do that.
All right. Catch you later, Jason. Bye.
Don't touch it. It looks questionable to me. Man, all of the Tarzan quotes lately.
I hate that too, Melissa. I'm like, how can you walk away from this?
Oh my gosh, Kyle is terrible.
With a drawer open or a cabinet
Yes.
open or with a refrigerator? It's become an ongoing thing at my house. And luckily, our refrigerator has an alarm on it and lets you know.
Good. When I get home from work, Kyle will have left cabinets open, drawers pulled out. It drives me nuts.
I'm like, how do you walk away from that?
Exactly.
I don't understand.
I've gotten to a point where I don't even say anything anymore. I
Yep.
close them.
Yep. Or drawers
Everything.
almost closed. Almost.
It's like, come on.
Oh! We used to have a place in our old house. There's a cabinet right above the dining room table, and I hated it. I knew it was there. I knew I was going to clip my head on it and constantly wounding my sensitive bald head.
Your poor head.
Bulk. There it is. Right there. So Reddit asks, what is the stupidly expensive adult purchase that you now swear by that you would buy again?
Ooh, okay.
So some of the responses were a high-end mattress.
Yeah.
Once I got one that actually supported my back and kept me cool at night. It was life-changing. I sleep like a pampered cat now. No regrets.
We bought a new bed when we bought our house that's king size. We got one of those like big memory foam mattresses, and we love it.
This person says, I paid $80 for 3 pairs of socks because I didn't look at the price. This was about 6 years ago, and I just had to get rid of the first pair, worth every penny. Really? Socks?
I mean, some socks make a big difference.
I agree, but $80 for 3 pair?
I'd be curious to know which socks they were.
Like the Bombas socks.
Yeah.
I think those are so overrated.
Have you used them before?
So hyped, yes. I mean, they're nice and everything, but to me, they don't have really good support.
There's a wool sock that I had an old coworker who he swore by these socks. And they were
Also,
expensive, but he loved them.
Bombas supposedly does sizing correctly, but they do not. Their ankles still come up above. That's one of the things that drives me nuts. This fit sizes 5 through 12. What
Ow.
the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, sock manufacturers? I will not buy those. This one says, hotel right next to or in the airport for the night before the flight home, especially if it's a relatively long flight. This is kind of nice if they have reputable shuttle service.
Mm-hmm.
I've stayed at one where they had, like the one in Kansas City, they've got one next to the airport there where you can go and stay and park in their lot, and it's all included in the price, which is not bad. It's like $80 a night, and it's a Hilton, so nice hotel. And we stayed there and got to keep our vehicle in that, and they gave you a shuttle ride over to the airport, and we're supposed to bring you back. We waited almost 2.5 hours for them to come get us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Stupid. This one says, speaking as a woman, decent bras.
10,000%.
Professional movers, greatest luxury item I've ever spent money on. Never used them, so I don't know. This person said, my e-bike. I never thought I would spend nearly $3,000 on a bike, but it's the best investment I've made in a city with horrendous public transit. This one says, we spent about $900 for an at-home euthanasia for our cat. Okay, come on. We didn't want him to be stressed out and scared in his last moments. 1,000% worth it.
I do the same thing.
I don't think that's an accurate thing for that much money. No. So what you can do is you can get a sedative. You can buy a sedative for about $50 that you can inject and give the cat, put them to sleep, and then you can take care of it yourself if you're a big enough grown up. You know, and if you don't have the sedative, well then a quick blow to the head, all consciousness is gone immediately.
I would pay for this, absolutely.
Right. And I've done this for my own daughter because she could not afford. They wanted $500 to euthanize her cat, and she could not afford it. And so I took care of it for her. Again, if you do it correctly, and I understand the person who is the pet's owner not being able to do it because you're too close. But again, that's pretty selfish to me. If you love the animal enough, you want to put them out of their misery, then you ought to be able to sacrifice your feelings for a couple of seconds for the sake of the animal. Snowblower, best invention ever. Really? Are you sure?
I've heard that before. I've heard snowblowers are a game changer.
Star Trek. The cruise was very expensive, but I enjoyed every minute of it and absolutely would buy tickets again if I could afford to. I'm assuming they're talking about a boat, Star Trek themed cruise. I really don't think that would be on my list. This one says Girl Scout cookies.
Okay, yeah.
The expensive thing that you bought that you would buy again. Oh, and another Reddit one they've got on here. They did a research at the University of British Columbia. They analyzed data from the American Time Use Survey where participants filled out how much time they spent on 100 different daily activities.
Oh, okay, yes.
So from what they determined, what activities go into a perfect day.
Okay.
And then people from Reddit weighed in themselves. So they say 6 hours working is the perfect day.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
6 hours of a day of quality time with family.
Is it
whose family?
Your family or
my someone else's family?
There's the phone again.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
2 hours with friends. I hope this includes social media.
I would assume so.
Hour and a half socializing. I hope this includes social media.
Right, yeah.
2 hours of exercising every day. Are they
okay,
nuts?
hold on. How
Come
many
on.
hours are we? 6 to 1.52.
And then look, 1 hour eating and drinking. It's got to be a typo.
That's 17 and a half. 18 and a half, 19. That's 19 and a half hours. So We're going to sleep for 4.5 hours.
Or maybe
That's the perfect day.
1 hour of personal screen time.
No, I want a full 8 hours of sleep.
This was Canada doing this. So apparently Canadian days are 29 hours long.
I guess so.
Like a fortune cookie, you need to add the words in bed to every one of those items, and then
Agreed.
it'll make sense. 6 hours of working in bed.
Mm-hmm.
6 hours a day of quality time with family in bed. Okay, wait a minute.
Hold on. Wait. 40 seconds. Major wants to know if
Don't tell him. It's a trick.
black short socks are out of style or tacky on men.
No, I wear them almost every single day.
How short are you talking?
No shows.
Like no shows?
Now, if you're talking mid-calf, yeah. You can wear those with a suit. That's it. I wear no shows that are almost transparent.
Yeah.
They're just barely there. I mean, you can see my foot through them and everything.
I think white ankle socks are fine.
With the right shoes, not
Yeah.
with black shoes.
Sunshine, then a slight chance of showers with highs in the mid-70s. A chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight, low 60s. Breezy for tomorrow with highs in the low 80s and on Friday. Sunshine in the morning, breezy, turning to rain and storms in the afternoon with highs in the upper 70s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar isn't showing anything but a few clouds over the 4 states.
45 in Avila, 45 in Pittsburgh, 51 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
So we're talking about your biggest pet peeve.
The thing that just drives you crazy because underneath your skin.
623-1025 to text or tell us yours.
Or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Jake Owen.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
I think no shows are fine, but I also think that ankle socks are very big right now.
I'm wearing, like, with high tops, I wear ankle socks because I don't like the way it feels. My shoes rubbing around my ankles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wear, like with these shoes, I'm wearing just gray ankle socks.
Yeah.
They don't show.
That's the move, I think.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Yeah, did you get my text message? I said, hey, Randy and Jen, and can you play Megan Mamoni?
I don't know what's going on, Jason. I don't see any text from you.
Yep, we didn't get any.
Cause I sent a text and joined, and then I added KIX 102.5 to my contacts and tried it.
And nothing?
And it says, hello, this is KIX 102.5, and something active or something, and so I think it's coming to the studio. I don't know, because when I call and request a song, you're answering the phone and taking my request, but when I send you a text, and if you say something that it's not going through, you're not getting it or something, then
Are you using a phone to text us with?
that's just active when I send a text to 217-623-1025.
Do you have anyone there with you that might be able to help you or have some ideas on how to troubleshoot?
No, nobody's here but me.
How about a cat?
They don't have thumbs, Randy. That wouldn't work.
Oh, that's all right. Well, good luck, Jason. We got to let you go,
Just
buddy.
keep trying, okay? Something's got to give.
Bye. Okay. Just only so much of that you can take.
White socks if you can see them. I think that's the move.
The thing about my black socks, I've only found I have 4 pair that I really, really like, and then I have about 5 or 6 pair that I really, really hate. So those go to the very back of the drawer.
Of course.
When these are all dirty, then I have to use those or use these ankle socks. And so I just make sure I wash socks every week.
Yeah.
All the time. And I can't find them anywhere. My wife doesn't know where she got them. They fit perfectly. The ankle little curve thing fits. And the other black socks fit, but they're so subpar, the stuff that they're made out of, that they, by the end of the day, when I pull my shoe off, it like pulls the sock off too. I hate that.
Yeah, pantyhose are only for when Major's at work.
Major wears them at work?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, the ones that I wear, the ones that I really, really like, they're Lycra. They're not cotton.
I really like the Aviva socks from Walmart. I think it's Aviva, right?
I think that's what I've got on.
They fit
Or
really
Adidas.
well. Avia.
Avia. Hard to find socks that fit at Walmart.
I love the Avias though. They're great. I get the ones that kind of have the cushiony stuff going on.
Cat gut socks.
What?
I was waiting for that.
I don't know why his text isn't going through. Maybe he has it to where he can't do the SMS texting or whatever we have. No. No. I don't want to reply to you.
So Morgan Wallen's album now that this is from, One Thing at a Time, has officially now spent 2 years on the top 10 on the Billboard 200. There's only been one other album that has done that. Anybody know what it is?
Something by Taylor Swift?
No.
George Strait?
No.
Okay, I don't know then.
Morgan Wallen's other album.
Oh, golly.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:07.
Sunshine, then a slight chance of showers today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 51 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes, tell you about our chance of some severe weather this weekend.
But we're talking about your biggest pet peeve.
The thing that drives you the craziest.
623-1025 to call or text.
Here's Bailey Zimmerman
Religiously.
on KIX 102.5.
And he's getting ready to put out another album.
She's ready to put out. Ryan?
Hey. Get out of here.
You said it. I didn't say it.
I didn't say it like that.
You gotta pay attention to your words.
Oh, yeah, we do mismatch socks in my house. I don't care. As long as the feel is the same. The feel of them?
No, mismatch. Just knowing. But I also have one of those T-shirt folder things. Yeah, I love it.
Kyle and I were talking the other day about how we both want a pair of Vans.
You don't have Vans?
No, but I would like a pair of Vans.
I have 3 pair of Vans. I never wear them.
Oh, we have the same size shoe. I'll buy them from you. If they're cute. Johnny had $800 before he left home. An hour later, Johnny returns home with $760. What was Johnny doing?
Soliciting prostitutes.
Okay. He purchased an 18-pack of eggs, splurged on Taco Bell. He went to a movie. He took somebody to Target. He bought an eighth of gas, I hope.
Hey.
What?
Hee hee.
What did you just send me? What did you just send me?
An email? I sent it quite a while ago.
Oh, I just got it. Yes, I already said that I would. Thank you. Okay, but how do we feel about toe socks? My oldest sister, went through a toe sock phase, and I tried really hard to get into it because I thought she was really cool, being my big sister, and I just could not do it.
I like them. I have toe shoes.
I don't think I could do that.
I never wear them, but
Are those the ones that are supposed to be like closest to not wearing shoes at all?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I don't think they are. I mean, they're
Phone's ringing.
just... Hi there, Morning Kicks.
I know what's going on.
Oh, okay, what's going on?
Okay, what is it?
It says that you're unable to send text message to our studio and stuff like that. So I think that's what's going on. That if you're not getting the text messages to 620 from 620-330. It's saying that it's not it's saying that I can't send text messages to 417-623-1025 to the studio. It's saying that it's unable. It's saying that it's unable to send text messages to the studio. So if I send text message like
To the studio?
Can you play Am I Okay by Megan Maloney? And if you're not getting it, then...
What a bummer, Jason.
Well, at least you gave it the old college try, though, right, Jason? Better luck next time, I guess. We'll catch you later, buddy. Bye.
Well, now I feel like I need to give toe socks another chance because y'all love them.
Yeah,
I haven't
right.
tried toe socks since high school, and I did not like them.
I used to wear Tobbies.
What's a Tobby?
Tobby is a Japanese sock and shoe meant to be worn with flip-flops or thongs. So the first toe and the other toes are split.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to put another song in.
Okay.
I'm making the executive decision.
Okay.
Toe socks remind me Al Bundy shoes he made because he got a message from God.
Boy, now there's a dated reference.
What?
That's been a while.
Where do you even buy toe socks from these days?
Online? Amazon?
Walmart sells them for running. Amazon, yes. Here's a sock that just goes over your toes. People ask, what are the point of toe socks? They reduce friction, better moisture management, and they improve foot function.
Maybe foot function?
Function.
Like for receiving phone calls?
Yeah. Here's a gel toe sock. That's interesting. Yeah, rainbow toe socks. That's what my sister had. Bamboo toe socks. Megan says she got her last pair at Spencer's. I've never shopped at Ross before. I have a story about them that I will gladly tell you in person next time I see you. Hmm. Did you know anti-anxiety medications make a salmon more bold and less inhibited?
What are you looking at?
There was a report that the New York Times shared about a new study talking about pharmaceutical pollution and different medications getting into the water and stuff. And they found that salmon who'd been exposed to anti-anxiety medicines
Hey, everybody.
were more bold, swam quicker.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 817.
Wanting to know, what is your biggest pet peeve?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Or tell us on Facebook.
Here's Matt Stell.
On KIX 102.5. So if you've ever wanted to know, now you know. Yeah, this is why our algorithm's wonky, I'm sure. Aloe infused toe socks. That sounds lovely. Yeah, we're showing 74 here in Joplin today. That'll be nice. 80 tomorrow, near 80 on Friday. Things cool down on Sunday. We have some potentially severe thunderstorms moving through overnight on Friday. And I don't know what's going to go on this weekend. The boy is supposed to play soccer on Saturday, but I won't be surprised if they cancel it if we get too much rain. That's what they did last time. Oh, absolutely, Megan. Oh, it's not 48 in your house, Jimmy. I had to turn the AC up. Or not the AC. I had to turn the heat up this morning. Because it was down to 63 in my house.
Oh, hey, look, Brenda Sweeney is actually coming on our live video, a spammer.
Yeah?
Look in the comments, replying to Floyd Wallander. Floyd, I'm a friend of Morgan Wallen. I don't like how people impersonate him on social media with his name. That's why I'm sending you this message to be careful. If you want to come in contact with him and also tell him how much you love him, click the link below. Brenda, if that is your real name, which I'm sure it's not, Do you really think that people actually click on these? That are they are that naive?
I think some people are. That's why they keep doing
and
it.
replying to Christine Lynn. Christine, I'm a friend of Morgan Wallen. And also, when did you lose your soul? At what point in your life did you sell out to Satan and decide, I'm going to be a soulless leech on the face of humanity, and this is how I'm going to spend my time? I absolutely have no life, no meaningful relationship, no one that cares about me or that I care about. So I'm going to suck people dry if every opportunity possible.
Well, on that note, let's go on air.
Yeah.
4 seconds.
Well, wait, I've got to block Brenda first. Sorry, Brenda, you suck.
Here we go.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jim.
Sunshine with a slight chance of showers, highs in the mid-70s. It's 51 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 6 minutes. But we're talking today about your biggest pet peeve.
What is the thing that just grinds your gears?
Facebook spammers.
They are crazy, and they are
Oh my
relentless.
gosh, they're so stupid.
So call or text and tell us about your biggest pet peeve at 623-1025.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
One is chewing ice.
That seems to be a popular one.
The other one is when people are eating and they're like moaning and groaning like they're making
Ooh.
love to eating their food.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this.
My gosh, I will never forget being 14 years old, being at a sirloin stockade in Branson, Missouri on vacation with my mom and dad, and they're sitting there going into orgasmic fits of pleasure over the steak, and I was so humiliated that I was about to crawl under the table because my mom's going, oh, this is so good, and I'm like, please stop.
I know. It's like, really?
I was so humiliated. My dad's going, and my mom, oh.
You know, maybe I just haven't tasted something that amazing.
It was sirloin stockade, for Pete's sake.
But have you tasted their chocolate mousse?
I hear people doing it over flipping cereal.
Oh my gosh, your
Seriously?
Lucky Charms are so good. I wonder if we can get someone to chew ice and then
Oh
eat
my
their
gosh.
cereal at the same time.
And have the same orgasmic
right,
noises.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, this ice is so good.
Somebody's head's going to explode.
I'd have to kill them.
Yeah, right. Here's the thing. How bad is your life that little high point sends you to that level of pleasure?
Maybe it's the same folks that are spamming on Facebook.
I was traumatized. I had
Oh,
to
I
go to
bet.
therapy. Still going to therapy over this.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Well, I would have to go with two of them, which is idiot drivers and people who smack their food when they're eating dinner.
I hate both of those
I
things.
hate both of them too.
You know,
yeah.
for a second, though, I thought when he said he's going to have to go with two of them, he was going to say Randy and Jen.
That's exactly what I thought he was going to say too.
I mean, that would have been a reasonable answer.
we
I
love
wouldn't
you.
blame you.
No, I'd have been
We
like,
love you guys,
yeah, we
though.
get it. Whatever.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, people that suck on their teeth at the dinner table, the little noise they make,
That's the equivalent of brushing your teeth at the dinner table right there.
it's horrible.
Gross.
I mean, dinner was that good, you got to suck on your teeth?
Hey, Ma, will you give this boy a bone? He ain't done yet. What is your biggest pet peeve?
It's nail biting.
Biting your nails.
Yes.
I can be really bad about this when I'm nervous. I got to admit it.
You know how many germs are on your nails?
He's just trying to build up his immunity in case there's another pandemic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen that way.
That's the way it works.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country. Hi there, Morning KIX.
Hi.
Hi. It's kids that yell when I'm on the phone.
My biggest pet peeve is whenever Randy has a birthday every month.
Hey, wait
Yes,
a minute.
yes,
That
ma'am. I
does
agree. That is the
not
right answer here.
happen. You are the guys who create that misnomer. You're misnomer.
Oh, really? I'll remember that next time you want food.
Yeah, get
Oh.
him, Nikki.
What? You can't. Why do I? What?
Cat got
is
his tongue. He doesn't even have anything to
when
say to
did
that.
I ever? What was? Yeah.
Exactly.
Hi.
Mhm.
I want to talk to the other person.
So, Addie,
Yeah.
I want to talk to you.
Addie.
I want to talk to Addie. She's better.
Say hi, Jen.
Hi. How you doing, sis?
Say chocolate donut.
Numb nuts.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Did she say numb nuts?
Donuts,
Chocolate
Randy.
numb-
We can't take him anywhere.
Chocolate numb nuts?
All right, we got to go.
Num nuts.
Did Rudy call you Jim?
Yes, he called me Jim.
I did not.
You did.
I did
I nearly
not.
called him out on it.
I do sometimes, but I haven't today. I
He
will
did.
next time if you want. I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you all.
Bye.
We love you too, Nikki. Bye.
Hi there, Morning Kicks. What is your biggest pet peeve?
People using words like cray-cray. Definitely the smacking of your food.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cannot stand it when people intentionally say someone's name wrong or mislabel items.
You know,
So, like when Randy calls me Jim, it
It's-
makes you cray cray.
it is so skibbity riz when they do that.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
Thanks for.
Good day, guys.
Thanks, you too.
We're such button pushers.
Back up. Push.
Skibbity riz, Jim.
You did call me Jim though that break, and I
I did
almost called you
not.
out on it. But I was like, he's in getting
when?
the spammer mode.
Where?
That last break we did, you said Randy and Jim.
No, I did not. I promise I did
Go
not.
pull
You
it
can
up
go
on
listen to
Vutori.
it.
I'm
You do
telling
it.
you.
You're the ones making allegations.
I shia la 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 la. Nikki would not have pointed it out if the thing. What hour are we in? 8?
Supposed to mention what? Are they not associating with one of the local Neo show? And that's what they want. They want you to go on live, and because you don't, you'll talk about them for 2 3 minutes. Infinity is a pain in the butt.
Right. So what do you expect?
Usually they will associate with like either Neo show or the Joplin, but never both.
No.
Infinity is a
And this is coming
pain.
from Little Rock.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Welcome to Infinity Marketing. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What's your biggest pet peeve?
What's my biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I got a new one.
People that are yelling at the table, like if they're mean or like they're in an argument or
Mhm.
fighting at the dinner table. If if they get mad at the dinner table, then people that will say calm down, it'll be fine or something, and they would say let's get things. Because some people that are mean or if they're in a bad mood or if they had a
Jen.
bad day,
Yeah, Jen.
then they might
Jim.
pick something at the dinner table, or if they're not hungry, then they say, I'm not hungry.
You know what I do? You know what I do, Jason? I take when I'm unhappy at the dinner table and I'm being mean, I pick up the mashed potatoes and I dump them on the head of the person next to me. That's what
Randy.
that helps me get over my pet
No,
peeve.
that's just mean.
Yep.
And also, can you play Am I Okay
By Megan Maroney. Yes,
Got it,
we'll
buddy.
get that
Thank
on.
you.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Okay.
Yep, he is on a roll today, Jimmy. You're
Okay,
right.
but listen.
No, is that Megan? He's like, is that Megan? No,
Listen.
that's Jimmy. What? Listen. What?
Listen, Linda.
Oh, are you going to play it?
Yeah.
What? Jen, I said Jen because I closed my mouth like that. It seemed like it.
Jim.
It sounds like Jim. It does. I did not aim to do that. I really didn't. Jen.
Jim.
I went Jen and closed my mouth.
No,
I was
you said
eating an
Jim.
antacid, and I had to close my mouth to keep from dripping on my bottom lip. Jen.
Jim.
And it came out sounding like Jim. I did not intentionally do that, though. I'll admit that
Okay.
sounded like Jim. Yeah,
It did.
I did not intend to do it. It's nice when I do it unconsciously now.
Oh.
Did we get all the Brenda Sweeneys out of there?
Yeah. Hey, Shiala, how was the
Dance.
earthquake?
Earth recital.
They were in an earthquake.
5.7?
Something like that.
Which is
You guys okay?
not bad enough to do anything, really. I mean, maybe if you live in a house built of dominoes. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What is your biggest pet peeve? Uh-huh.
Right.
I think Joy Behar. I think Joy Behar is a better representation of that. Thanks for calling, man. Thanks for calling. They don't like Whoopi Goldberg.
There are some things you just don't need to call and tell a radio station.
That's a little racist, I think. I don't think he intended it that way, but
it was still a little racist there. Sheila says it was a 5.2.
Oh, 5.2.
Are you guys already packing to move back home now?
I think we had one yesterday afternoon. I think it was
Really?
very small. I don't think it was close. I think it was
Morning, Cam.
but I could have swore I felt that yesterday afternoon.
Anytime anyone has ever been like, I think we had an earthquake, or I felt the earthquake, or they start talking about it on Facebook, I've never felt one before. Not that I'm like super excited to feel one, but like I never experienced that.
What? You're saying there's not been one since 2018?
There you go.
That's not right.
Is that according to the Googs?
Yeah, that's not right. 3 days ago, there was a 2.1 in Tennessee, Oklahoma. But I swear.
Maybe you got the aftershocks. Can you move the mouse, please?
That would be some significant aftershocks 5 days later.
4 seconds. 2.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country.
Here's Jason Aldean.
On KIX 102.5.
I Bit Crazy was at school and felt like I was in a boat.
Papua New Guinea. That's where it was. I felt those aftershocks. That was earlier today. I don't.
So is that what it feels like? It feels like you're on a boat when you are in an earthquake?
To me, it feels like when you're like on a bridge and a truck drives by. You kind of feel this. And it's this kind of shake.
Sheila says this was a back and forth motion, so burnt too bad.
Burnt too bad. Now, and I've been in a couple around San Francisco. Well, they happened all the time when I lived out in L.A., too. You'd always get little, in fact, people did not stop their day just because you felt a little bit like this. Might stop in the middle of talking and it would quit and then you'd go on with it. You wouldn't even acknowledge it. You'd be like, telling someone about something you saw on TV last night, start shaking and you'd go. And anyway, the guy came back in, after it stopped, you'd just go right on with what you were doing.
Right.
Unless it was when you'd be like, oh, that was a big one.
Be right back.
No, they get it painted.
It's not blue anymore. It looks so much brighter.
What color did they go with?
Looks like a white or light gray. I can't tell. I want Mark to hurry up and get here.
Why?
Because hopefully he's bringing honey. That's where he's been.
I know. So stupid.
But I figured I would hear honey. Talking in the hallway. So I would know when they got in. So what was burnt bad? Or did you mean it wasn't so bad? 43 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine, then a slight chance of showers with highs in the mid-70s. It's 51 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast along with the Morning KIX Takeover, which is starting in about 16 minutes.
So go on the KIX app or the KIX website and let us know the songs that you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking about your biggest pet peeve. This is the thing that makes you want to sharpen your ice pick.
623-1025 to call or text.
Hate it when this happens. What is it for you?
When somebody reads their Facebook message and you can see that they read it, but they never respond.
So you just hate it when someone leaves you on red, right?
Yeah, that's me. That is me.
And on red, like on Snapchat, and they leave you on red.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, Randy does this all the time. I'll send him a message and I know he's read it and he won't respond. It drives me crazy.
Hey, if you didn't ask a question, there's no need for me to respond, okay? And if you wanted to know something immediately, you could have called and had a conversation with me
But if
about
I sent you a message, then I want a response. I sent it to you for a reason.
If you say, okay, I'm not responding to that.
You can
Jen.
thumbs
I'm
up that.
Nope, I'm not going to thumbs up that. This is not a question. It does not require a response.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
People using words like cray cray and but I cannot stand it when people intentionally say someone's name wrong or mislabel items.
You know,
So
It
like
drives
when
me
Randy
nuts.
says, when Randy calls me Jim, it makes you cray cray.
It is so skibbity riz when they do that.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, my pet peeve, grinding teeth, when people grind their teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
That
yeah.
one drives me nuts.
That one, it does.
That one just grinds my teeth.
Yeah.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
When these guys walk around with their pants hanging off their butt with their underwear showing. They just want to walk up and pull their pants down.
Pants on the ground.
Pants on the ground. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
Tell us your biggest pet peeve.
By calling 623-1025.
Or you can text or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Megan says if it takes 5 to 7 business days for you to respond, don't be mad if I take 3 to 4 days to respond.
Well, I refuse to allow my phone to disrupt what I'm doing right now, so I will literally ignore as much as possible.
Phone.
Hi there, Morning Kicks. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Someone smells like dirty armpits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, wait a minute.
yeah.
What is it, like the cheese armpits or the onion armpit?
Oh, yeah, that is
Onion
the
armpit?
worst.
There are some good onion armpit smell. I mean, if
there,
it's
though?
like an oregano garlic, yeah. I don't like the old cheese armpit. No, I don't like the sour.
Oh,
yeah,
no, what? You're
that's not
alone
good.
in this one, Randy.
Yeah. Well, there's pheromones. There's pheromones that are part of that actually.
Mhm,
yeah,
okay.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Have a great day.
I'm like, oh, wait, that's a nice.
I'll pass.
Reminds me of French onion. We do have, there are some people who can't help it or they have chemical imbalances that cause it to be severe. But
Sure.
there's someone in the building that's that way, and it's not a good onion. It's not. It is an onion, but it's not. It's a rotten onion.
Mhm.
From under cheese. Yeah, from under.
Yes,
Comes from
exactly.
under. Yeah, the from under cheese is not good. It's a stink that gets on you. You can walk
Ew.
through it and be like, oh,
Oh.
what is the stink? Sticky stink.
Making my stomach do a thing.
Sticky stink. Nope.
No,
it's been a
great.
while. Man, I made me sick, Jen. I have a right to be ill too.
Brett learned about this yesterday on accident.
Did he do it?
And he thought it was hysterical, so he kept doing it.
What was he like going? Huh?
No.
All the time.
Yeah. Stop.
Oh,
You're trying.
Sorry, I'm trying to make a meal.
We were talking about something, and it was nasty.
From under cheese.
Pretty close, yeah.
That's why you have separate toes in your toe socks to build more from under cheese.
We've done a really good
Cheeseburger
job.
armpit.
Let's not. Yeah, I'm with Megan. Let's not. Let's
Megan did it.
She did not.
Yeah.
No. You did it.
Okay, the little thing that led to a life-changing experience. What was it? On Reddit, they're saying, what is the small decision you made that accidentally changed your entire life? Did you ever do one of these?
Like what? I need an
someone
example.
said, helped someone move just for pizza, and that person helped me land my current job 3 weeks later. Craved a coffee, so I took a different route to work, met my wife in line at that random shop.
Oh, that's cute.
Grabbed a random book at the airport. It inspired my business. Now I'm an entrepreneur. I volunteered to clean up pelican crap for a few hours after an oil spill contaminated hundreds of pelicans. They offered to get me hazardous waste training so I could go pick up critters from spill sites. Shortly after that, I saw a job ad looking for people with haz waste training. 15 years later, I'm on the regional hazmat response team. I've got a degree in environmental science, presenting at statewide hazardous waste conferences.
Wow.
This person said yes to a last-minute hike. The trip helped me realize I need to get sober. 3 years clean now.
Good for them.
I don't
Fun
think I've
drinking.
ever had any of those revelations. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, come
That's
on. Throw it in the
annoying.
trash can. Not on the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah.
Well, it's those people's world. We're just lucky to be a part of it, I guess. Yep. I do not. I do not. I do not smoke. I'm smarter than you look, Joe.
That's a good one, Joe.
Later,
Thanks, you
man.
too. Bye-bye.
So I guess MJ's keeping the Joe photo.
Oh, is he for real?
Is he? It's still in there with him.
No, he was like, why the heck is this at my desk?
It looked like he was keeping it. Oh my
What?
gosh, that can't be what I think it is.
Luke Bryan just commented on our page.
It looks like.
We're all in suspense here.
Okay, nope, that's right. Okay. I'm looking over these songs.
Oh. They sent you a final list?
No, it's not a final list. It will not be a final list until Saturday. Okay. Yeah. Now, they don't know. They haven't done anything else. I know they're having meetings about it today. Whatever. I don't care. I have no heavy lifting involved.
Mm-hmm. You're E2, aren't you?
So we've got a Mother's Day promotion that is starting on Monday. Reminder, you've only got a few more days left between now and Sunday to get signed up for the Love Your Lawn. Get your lawn taken care of all year long. But we've got a pretty cool Mother's Day package worth over $1,000 that starts on Monday and runs for a couple of weeks. I got a really good EQ on his voice.
He sounds really good.
It's bassy enough, but it's not that weird honk.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I'll put that in Monday. Today is podcast day. Morning Kicks Extra new edition comes out later.
Yeah. Who's excited? I'm excited.
Hopefully,
Seg.
all of the audio clips are in the right spot. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country.
Here's Old Dominion.
On KIX 102.5.
Probably should have gone there, but whatever.
Yeah, they're all April. Unless we have clicks and new days.
Which we might. I had to tell Mel to fix it.
Stupid. My wife sent stuff off to the turds this week. Yesterday, she sent a Easter stuff. I didn't ever get to see what it was. She pretty much keeps that stuff hidden from me because I've been known to, test it. So I hear about what we got them later, which is okay.
It's not for you.
Which is wrong. All things. Eat the stupid peep, Jen.
Stupid peep.
Show them the eyes.
Yeah, the eyes on all these peeps are really janky.
Yeah, this is like I don't know he's looking over to the right like, hey, what's up? What's going on, guys? It's the peep here.
He's a cyclopsing, kind of.
Well, it looks like he's turned his head to the right. And then tomorrow we're talking about what do you wish you could unsubscribe from. I still think this is the biggest thing missing from any social media everywhere. Of course, it's counterintuitive to what their goals are. There's the block thing, yeah, but Unsubscribe would be a much more satisfying feeling.
Can we unsubscribe from taxes? Rats.
I mean, you can, but there will be consequences. Or how do you say it? Consequences. There'll be consequences. You notice that about British? Anytime you watch a British show, I think they're just grabbing words at random and pronouncing them differently so that they can differentiate between America.
Ooh, Jimmy's having an omelet.
Nice. I haven't had one yet this week. Not since Saturday. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jim.
Sunshine, then I'm not Jim. I'm Jen.
Maybe I was talking
gracious.
about. I was thinking about going to the gym.
No, you
That's
weren't.
why
This
I said
is the
that.
second time you've called me Jim.
Are you sure?
We have a slight chance of showers today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 51 in Joplin, Randella.
And we've got the Morning KIX Takeover, Jim, coming up in just 5 minutes, so there's still time for you to make your song picks before we start playing it back for you.
But Randella, we're talking about your biggest pet peeve.
What is yours?
People driving with their high beam headlights in the middle of town.
Yes.
They blind you. It's like they can't see.
Right. If you can't see to drive on lighted streets, get off the road.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
People that chew with their mouth open. Yeah, that too.
Notice how we're fulfilling each one of these for them.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Slurp and spit. Dear God, that's disgusting.
Ew.
Weapon spit? Did you say weapon?
Slurping. Slurp and spit. Like, I hate that.
Yeah. Jen doesn't either.
I don't like that either
She
at
hates it.
all.
It makes her go,
Randy!
I told you it does. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Putting toilet paper on the wrong way.
Oh, when people put it going under instead of over?
Yes, it aggravates me, and I do it everywhere I go. Don't matter if it's a restaurant, my house, friend's house, wherever I'm at. I got to turn it around.
It makes me go,
Randy! You're doing it wrong. It's got to go under, not over.
No, it goes over. You pull from the front.
It goes under, not over.
Okay, that's it. You're going to have to leave now. I'm sorry. Just makes me sick. Makes me feel...
Yep. No, don't do it, Randy.
Man. So, Morning KIX Takeover in just 5 minutes.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. It's always at this break. You notice the 35 and the 50, I think, are the most nauseating out of the entire show.
Why? Oh,
Jim it up, Jen. Okay. Tomorrow, what do you wish you could unsubscribe from?
That's...
Is that your biggest pet peeve?
Yes.
And...
Oh, bless.
Are you... I guess they got the Westview thing taken care of. Well, that's next week. What am I on?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's next week.
Okay.
The thing you were originally going to go to Westview School, but they said no. They didn't want the morning show to go.
Yes.
Okay, that's taken care of.
Yes. We haven't heard back since that original conversation with her.
All right, so have a great rest of your day, kids.
Bye. You're not even on the camera, Randy.
I want to be on camera. Let me wave bye to the people.
There you go. Bye.